We're on. Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Tingling Tea. Yes, we had some technical difficulties at the beginning. That always happens, so it's not a big deal. But hey,
that's part of our intro. We have technical difficulties every week. It's fine.
I know, right? That's what happens when you go live.
The show is haunted. Come on.
But before we do anything, I wanted to say welcome to the Tingling Tea, or the Tingling Tea. We talk about the strange and the supernatural, the creepy and the cryptid, the weird and the wonderful, and all that is phenomenally freaky. We have a really great show tonight. Hello, Annabelle.
Hello, Annabelle. Oh my goodness, Annabelle.
Annabelle, we missed you.
We miss you.
Definitely.
That's amazing.
And she gives a purple heart. So with that being said, we have a really fun-filled show this evening. We have a really phenomenal guest. We have a lot of things that we want to talk about this evening. So before I go any further, let's bring our guest in. So our guest wrote a book, and we're going to discuss that later on in the show. A volume 1 of a book called, go ahead. Everybody?
You waiting for? What?
What? The code enter. What did he write? A volume book of horror?
Oh, he wrote a book about serial killers.
Of course, he wrote about serial killers.
What is it called?
We didn't practice that in case that wasn't apparent. What is it called?
Yes.
You're putting us on the spot now.
Yeah,
right?
Let's bring in the guest.
It's called A Poetic Guide to Serial Killers. Okay.
Ooh.
That's
Maybe
poetic.
it's the poetry that stumped you, but A Poetic Guide to Serial Killers. Now, how can those two things be in the same room and not be a mashup? I don't know. Be a mashup. I don't know. But we're gonna bring him in. Okay. This young man is actually my homie. He's from St. Louis, or he lives in St. Louis. We found that out when we were connected, and I was like, "Oh, it's a small world." Without further ado, you all, let's bring in Mr. Tim TINDALL. How are you?
Tim.
Can you see us? He said, "Some call me Tim." Tim, can you see us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I didn't hit play, so I didn't hear anything.
Hey, it's a night of technical difficulties. I'm telling you. You're in the right room, definitely. So hi, thank you so much. Tim is joining us from location. He's joining us from location.
It's our first location interview.
It is our first location interview. He's on location in a scary park.
He is.
At night.
With a big lake. Yeah.
With a big lake and canoes.
He is looking for serial killers as we speak.
I gotta admit, that is a bright light.
He found the brightest light to be under. That's what he did.
That makes sense.
He was in it before, and I thought it was like his daytime again.
Oh my goodness, Tim, can we get a quick view of what it looks like in your background?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I think I see Jason.
That is straight up Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that looks pretty scary.
Whoa.
And there's ice on the lake. Oh.
Yeah.
And wait a minute, did I see a black shadow over there? All right, Tim.
Could
thank
be
you
a white
for joining
shadow.
us. No, white shadow means something different than a black shadow when it comes to hauntings. And
I thought White
stalkings,
Shadow was about
supernatural
a group of basketball players.
Wait.
Oh yes, that was such a great show when it came out. Oh, you are dating yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you are. You're definitely dating yourself. So thank you so much for joining us. We are very excited to have you join in with our festivities tonight. So let's get to cracking as far as what we're going to talk about this evening. We have some really interesting stuff that has occurred this week. But before we do any of that, let's do some quick advertising for our show, Another Slice of Life. So yes, you all, we postponed this until April the 28th.
Okay.
We had to because we've just been like busy.
Life happened, man. Life.
Little do y'all know, a lot of us have day jobs. And so our day jobs have kind of, put a kibosh on a lot of stuff that we have to do.
Yeah.
So, we did what we got to do. We had to do what we had to do. And so we had to put it on hiatus. But I guarantee you that when we do come back, or we put it on postponement, when we do come back, we're going to have some very interesting guests on there. Maybe some people some maybe some people you don't. But whatever the case, can you tell our audience, Auggie, what Another Slice of Life is going to be about?
Sure. Another Slice of Life is really about going into the sort of life of someone who you don't normally associate with. We want to ask people and give people an audience that are people that are normally shunned by society or not people that are normalized in society. And we want to ask them how they live their life, what their life is like. We want to learn about them and try and normalize them and give them a platform that they don't normally have. So it's actually going to be really interesting. We're going to have some good conversations, some really good guests.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely look out for it.
Yeah, definitely look out for it. We can't wait. We're very, 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 very excited about this show. And so let's go into something else. So I want to give a disclaimer before I do that. I always have to put that big disclaimer there just to remind everybody. If you are someone who does not like to listen to scary content, this is kind of stuff that's not your genre, we ask that you probably just step away from the TV or whatever it is you're watching us on YouTube or whatever, and just maybe watch us later when it's daytime. And if you are somebody who likes it, make sure that if you have children around you that you use parental discretion. You know your child. It's funny because we were watching. We did like an interview. We were eulogizing, I would say, remembering somebody that we all love. Elsie Ginsburg. And Elsie Ginsburg told our audience when we did our interview that her mother took her to go see The Exorcist at the age of 5. Was she 5 years old? Yes.
She was really
She
young.
was very, very young.
Yeah, she was very young. But here's the thing. Elsie could stand it. Elsie was not, she's like somebody who loved horror. And that's the
At
thing.
5 years old, she watched The Exorcist. I can't watch this now, and I'm much older.
She watched The Exorcist at 5 years old. Yes. If you can, go on our page, the Bitten Apple, look at Apple Bites episode last night, and she talks about how her mother took her to go see The Exorcist. I don't even know how her mother got her in there, to tell you the truth. But then again, if she was in New York area, then I can see it happening. But anyway.
Or her mother could be like me. I would pay for the PG movie and then go to the R-rated movie.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that might have been what her mama did.
Shout out to mom.
Hey, Apotheca Death.
Hey,
so listen,
what's up?
So let's just say that you know your child, you know what your child can tolerate. So if your child does not tolerate this type of content, please, we ask, use your parental guidance on this and remove them from the room or usher them out of the room, because we do talk about things and we watch footage that can, seep into someone's psyche, actually, to make you scared of things that go bump in the night.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what's the latest in the news. This month is Women's History Month.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so we want to recognize
women have been around for all of history.
Yes, they have, from the beginning. And so we just want to recognize all the women out there, doing their thing. But today is International Women's Day.
Yep.
So we want to also recognize those women who are making differences, overseas in countries that are not here in America, women who are faced with poverty, sanctions, whatever it is, sexism in countries that are not like America. Oh, sorry. Am I talking about America? I am talking about America. So anyway, I'm just saying that these things do happen, outside of America. So we want to recognize those women who are living overseas, who are handling things and making differences and changing the world.
I wear my bra in support.
All right. Well,
you wear your bra anyway.
Wait a minute. You got on a bra?
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, here you go. It's a borrowed bra. It's a borrowed bra. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'm.
Oh, we know you wear that bra every day.
Every day I wear it for support. Luckily my back isn't as bad, and I wear it to definitely to let my sister know I'm here with you guys. I'm here. They need to work on this underwire because this underwire sucks.
Oh, listen,
made by a man.
Let me tell you something. Pain and beauty are synonymous.
It is
so, you know what women go through. I'm glad you're wearing that bra. I think that's a good thing that you're wearing that bra. Now you know what it's like. Now you put like some poundage in there, and I really will talk to you about it. Yeah. So
we'll talk about your back tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Or you breastfeed the baby. Oh, I'll be impressed. So with that being said, let's talk about what's in the news. Going ahead of myself. We got a lot of things to get through.
Yes.
So I know, I don't know if everybody else knew, unless we were living under a rock, that there is a new Netflix series called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's
And
actually a movie, not a series.
it's actually a movie. Oh, it's
Yes.
a movie.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Because I was wondering why somebody would want to make this movie for the 5th time.
They're trying.
that-
If you saw the movie, they definitely made it a sequel as
It
to
was
one of
definitely
them
a sequel.
to any of the. I don't know which movie, but you could choose, and it's like what happened to Leatherface and the grandma, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, so is this a prequel?
No, it's a sequel.
It's
It's
a
technically a sequel.
Sequel,
Oh,
yeah.
so it's a sequel. It's a
Uh,
sequel. So it's basically telling you what happened to them after their last victim got away and told everybody that they
Yep.
were living in this place.
That's
Yep.
right.
And they're still here.
Yep.
Well, yes, they suddenly appear. It's true. By the
Evil
way,
never dies.
Can I just ask, okay, who have seen it already?
I have.
I have.
Okay. And was it good?
I like the ending.
Oh, wait.
Nah.
I noticed a pause here.
Okay, so we always get on about horror movies and their tropes, right? Definitely here, but they made it more millennial, if you will.
Yeah. Meaning
I
there
like-
are millennials running around screaming instead of other people.
I mean, it's funny because it's a take on gentrification and killing gentrification, but but nonetheless, at the end, like the clear end, like when you think everything is over, is amazing. I think that brought the movie back up from like a 4 for me personally to like a 7, because everything else is. And I give it 7 because in the beginning, before things pop off, it was a nice buildup. I was yelling at characters. I was intrigued. I was involved. And then afterwards, it's like, oh, really? And then at the end, it's like, oh, yes. So if they keep doing things what happened at the end and the next third movie, which is most likely going to happen, I'm there for it. But other than that, it's a strong 6, maybe 5.
I have a problem with all these young actors who are just too annoying, like throughout the entire thing.
Oh,
and you just want them to die throughout the entire. You're just waiting for them to like, please die because you were too annoying. And then when they don't die right away, I get kind of disappointed. I'm like, can't this character die?
So is it Kelly Rowlands? I wish they would die, Kelly Rowlands.
No, that was worse. That was like she set the bar. She set the low bar for Freddy versus Jason. But,
yeah, we have to explain that to everybody. I don't wish that upon Kelly Rowlands. I love her, but in Jason versus Freddy, I was like,
we love her as a singer.
Yeah,
they'll love
and
her
an
as an
entertainer.
actress.
Yeah.
Although I'm still mad that she sent the text message on Microsoft Excel to Nelly. I'm just saying.
She what? She did what? She did what?
And that song, and the song Dilemma, she supposedly sent the text message via two-way pager, but she was using the program Microsoft Excel, which is for spreadsheets, not text messages. Watch the music video and get upset with me, but okay.
Oh, are you talking about when she was doing the whole Isley Brothers scene when they were singing together like that one? Yeah,
yeah, it came afterwards.
Yeah,
and she doesn't even know what that is. She didn't know what it was at that time. I'm like, what? How you don't know what Excel? You know what?
She doesn't know what Excel is.
She's rich. That's why.
No, I think that she's probably, she has somebody do that for her. She's a secretary, so she doesn't have to know about that kind of stuff.
Oh, Kelly.
But anyway, so you all think that it is, I guess the consensus is that it is very predictable.
Yes.
It has tropes in it.
Yes.
4 out of 5. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
Okay. A 4. Ooh. A 4 out of 10. Let me sip on that. That's not good.
I'm telling you, the ending makes up for it. The beginning before things
happen.
Okay, can I sit through the whole movie? Can I sit through the whole movie and wait to the ending? How about I just fast forward to the ending and go, woo?
You were at 4 until you saw the ending, so that makes you both 4s for both of you. So I don't know.
Exactly, Annabelle. Exactly. That's a rotten tomato.
Ooh. I mean, we can't always believe rotten tomatoes.
Tomato.
No, you can in this case.
You know what the problem was? They didn't develop the characters that
the grandmother was really, really good in this. I have to say.
I'll give
the grandmother,
Okay.
the actress was exceptional.
All right. Well, a good actress can make a bad movie. I do say that. So
she made those scenes that she was in, she ate them up.
Okay, so I might watch it just for that benefit. But here's the thing that I have issue with. There's no imagination in Hollywood anymore. Why are we recreating a classic story and bringing it up to modern times? It sits alone based in the time period that it was in. It's one of the most scariest movies out there. It is a classic. Why do you want to ruin this? And the bad thing about it is this new generation is being introduced to this trash and not the classic. And I have a problem with that.
The producers want to make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me that dang money. I will make you a good ass scary movie. Heck, we can make a scary movie out of Tim's book. That's a scary movie.
Could. We should talk about Tim's book.
So I mean, let's go forward. So we give this a 4 out of 10, a four chainsaws out of 10.
That's right.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We'll give this a 4 chainsaws out of 10. All right, so let's go forward. These are the cast members here.
Oh, and
what happened? Let me ask you. So do they? Well, I can't say that because that would be a disclaimer. Let's just go forward.
The answer is yes.
That scene, the one before, was actually a pretty nice scene.
This one?
Yes, because how it starts.
That's a good scene.
That's
a crazy scene.
And it kind of like addresses like the whole, if something happens and everybody's using their phone to record it, how stupid is that? Kind of deal. But it was a pretty dope scene. I think that's why I said it was a 6. Like things like this was dope because this type of scene I can't remember has happened in a horror movie.
Yeah, I give you that. Yeah, that was creative.
On the phone. Okay. Well, yeah, everybody's preoccupied with filming what's going on and not necessarily, getting the heck out of there, saving their own life. All right. But when you realize that mask has been around for how many years now?
That mask is actually new.
It is a new mask.
It is a new. In fact, this is the part when I say like when it starts ramping up. This is the part I'm talking about because there's a scene where I was yelling at a victim, and I'm just like, how did you not So like it ramps up here, which is why I gave it like a 5-6, and then afterwards it kind of like drags, and then it peaks back up. I'm telling you, it's not a horrible movie, but it's not. It doesn't hold a candle to the original one that came out and shocked everybody.
It's definitely not horrible.
That's what I'm saying.
Not a horrible movie.
4 is horrible.
If you want to perfect perfection,
3 is pretty bad.
Yeah, don't ruin perfection.
Okay.
Like we know plenty of movies that did that. Yeah, like The Fog and stuff like that. So yeah,
the Fog remake.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I agree with you. So let's just move on. We do have some other things that we want to, and then we want to talk to Tim about his book. All right, so let's talk about what's in the news right now.
Oh boy.
So
you mean the real horror movie?
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Is a horror.
We realize that there is this crisis right now in Russia and Ukraine, and once again, our hearts go out to our Ukrainian people and stuff like that. And we could sit for another hour and talk about this maniacal man. But let me tell you what is going on and why I brought this particular incident up. Because it has been said by UFO specialists and ufologists that this crisis is deterring aliens from making their presence known. So apparently, remember when there was this big long during Trump's presidency that they said that they were going to reveal themselves, and Trump wanted to announce that there was aliens and there was some kind of an alien alliance that Earth had with them. And they told him not to disclose it because they wanted to do it on their own terms, basically. Well, they're not showing up now. They're like, the heck with all of y'all. We ain't coming because y'all are fighting right now, and we can't come during this time. So this came from a ufologist Nick Pope, who said that the crisis is he made this interview with a British tabloid, the Daily Star. That should give you some indication. And he said it's a highly evolved extraterrestrial race that warfare is distasteful to them, and so they don't want to come down here while primitive civilization is engaged in warfare. So they're not.
Yeah,
come
but
down.
I mean, it's been going on in Somalia. It's been going on in many other places.
My question is, if they find this to be distasteful and they're all this advanced, why don't they stop it? Why don't they use something to stop it?
I don't know, man, but I've seen the Star Trek episodes where they get involved and they don't end well. Every Star Trek episode that they get involved in some kind of conflict between some lower
life form
civilization.
But they can step in. They can step in if a civilization is going to die. They can. I forgot what that accord is called, but there is an actual accord in Star Trek where they can't do that.
So we better hope for a supernova, because this ain't the
end. Yeah, but I find it very interesting that we're not going to have our close encounters or the day the Earth stood still or District 9. We really don't know. The thing is, we really don't know how this is going to turn out when they finally do reveal themselves. I mean, we could be, the classic scenario of how to make man or how to prepare man. I don't know if y'all know about that.
I don't, but it sounds creepy.
How are you on this panel and you don't know what that's about? How many of you all don't know what that's about?
Hi, my name is Michael, and I don't know what that's about.
We already established how old I am, so this
how to make man.
How to make man? Listen,
how to prepare. I think it's how to prepare man.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's a spin on the thing. It says how to prepare man, but they actually mean how to prepare man.
So this is a classic Twilight Zone episode. Where aliens came down, everybody was excited. There was peace around the world. They negotiated all these things for us, and then they were sending people back to their planet. And there was a book that they brought with them that they have this book. And so while they sent off all these people, all these famous people who wanted to go there first to meet, have the first encounter and be on an alien planet, they sent all of our scientists, everything over to this planet. Somebody finally deciphers what the book is saying, and it is a cookbook.
Oh, that's cool.
Disclaimer, you all, but it is a classic Twilight Zone episode.
I have to see that.
Okay,
that's
so I'm going to find it. But yeah,
that's
definitely before its time. Definitely concept before itself. So the aliens are pointing the finger at us, saying that we're too,
that's a crazy photo.
We're not evolved enough.
I think if they were to help us out, who would they trust? One of the biggest things about man is that we always get drunk on power, no matter how good we do. What's that Batman say that everybody was quoting? You either see yourself die as a hero, or you die as a hero, or you see yourself live long enough to turn into a villain. And I hate to quote Kanye West because I don't really mess with him right now, but he even said in one of his songs, "Do you have the power to let power go?" So imagine the alien comes and he's like, "Mayhem, you have the power to settle all the war and do all this other stuff." At what point do I stop because I've gone too far? Me personally, I don't know. You're gonna have to ring it from my dead fingers. I'm sorry.
By the way, there is a documentary out right now about Kanye called Genius, Jeen. Y'all, it's dope, and it gives you a whole different perspective of who he is as a person.
Really,
I got mad respect for him. Oh yeah. Very good documentary. You definitely should see it. All right, so let's move on because we do, like I said, have some content. The other thing that we want to talk about is this ancient Japanese killing stone that split open. Do you all know about this?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the way the world ends.
Well, so the stone is located in the mountainous regions of, I think it's Tochigi, North Tokyo, Japan. And according to mythology, it contains the transformed corpse of Tamamo no Mae. Tamamo no Mae is a demon. Her true identity was said to be an evil nine-tailed fox embedded into the stone. And the stone spirit has been split in two and discovered by tourists over the weekend to be open. They literally have this stone blocked off with a sign there. Now, I don't know.
Do they know how it was broken?
No.
It just showed up and it was broken.
They showed up. It was some old dang tourist probably did it, and now it's walking around as a fox demon.
So either the world's gonna end or Naruto just got released.
You know what? You're right. Let's buy more sage, baby.
Well, the rock itself, there's a volcanic rock. It's called I may be pronouncing this so wrong, so please apologize. I apologize in advance. The SistaSlaya. SistaSlaya. And this is what housed this demon. And so now it's open, and it's like the internet, especially in Japan, is on fire over this fact that it was there. But that the legend of Tomamo no Mai was part of a plot to kill Emperor Toba at the time in Japan between 1107 and 1123, and that the spirit was called up to do that. But then they some priest, I believe it's some Shinto priest, came in and put her spirit in this rock. And then they tied it with something to keep it, to bound it, as Shinto priests do. And if you know anything about, Japanese, well, we do. Well, we have, we know the Yurei and the Kodama, and the Kitsune is what this spirit is called, as a Kitsune. So it's very interesting that this has happened now in this world today after everything. Yeah.
We need
what are your thoughts on that,
weird
though?
looking rock.
We need to look into how to reseal her again. Either be friends or reseal her. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I love Japan, but now that demon is running rampant, I don't know. I don't know. I have plans to go there, but
I am a fan of Japan. I have been there before, and that's too bad. I know that people in Japan are taking that very seriously.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's very serious. I'm taking it serious too.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get some priests to go and get this demon back into some kind of a containment. This is scary. And listen, I am all, I am respectful of any type of indigenous societies, beliefs, and creatures such as these. Those things do exist. And even if it is not truth, or it's fabricated in something, there's always a little bit of truth in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring up that picture of the rock again?
Yeah, sure. Let me put that back up.
I think I'm going to go into the business of selling sage. I think with the coming of times, sage is going to sell out. Invest in me, in my stock, and we got this.
I thought you wanted to do fire. I thought your thing was fire. Burn everything.
Yes, sage first, fire later.
Well, I don't know how you can burn a volcanic rock because it's already been forged in fire. So
holy
kind
sage
of interesting.
Fire.
What's interesting is it doesn't look like it was chiseled.
No, it looks like it broke from the inside.
Maybe the top right corner.
Well, there is actually a picture of it. Let me see if I can add this to the screen. There's a picture of it before it was broken. And there was, it looked like a sacred bracelet around it, or some kind of bracelet around it. So let me see if I can pull that up real quick so everybody can see what that looks like.
I think you can see it on the ground in that photo, actually.
Yeah, you saw a little bit on the ground there.
So nobody even touched the bracelet that was around it either. They were like,
Yeah, no, I won't touch that.
So, Tim, what is right behind you? Because it looks kind of creepy right now.
What? Oh.
Oh, I see it.
So this is what it. Let me see if I can make this full screen. If everybody can see what this looks like.
That definitely looks like it broke open from the inside.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like somebody cracked it on the outside.
No.
So it looked like it broke open on the inside.
Burn it. You're right. Burn it. I don't know how you burn it. But burn
it's a rock.
Use a laser. Burn it.
Wow. I don't know, y'all, but and look how remote this area is that this rock is at.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's definitely some belief in that. I know that. Let's keep an eye on that story because that's an interesting story. All right, so we want to talk to Tim about his book. And
yeah, Tim
Tyndall, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. just listening to us banter. He's been so quiet.
I know I get quiet sometimes, but
And we talk too much. We talk too much to him. That's totally good.
No, he's in the dark. He should be quiet. He should be listening to everything around him.
I agree. You should be paying attention to the surroundings.
Yes.
So Tim, we're very excited about this book that you created, and we want to know all about it. Where you came, where it came about, how you came up with this concept, your love for this genre. We all know that we love this genre very much because we wouldn't be here at the Tingling Tea. But tell us a little bit about how you came up with this idea to write a poetic guide to serial killers, and why a poetic guide?
Well, it actually happened by accident. And I actually forget which one came first, but I think maybe it was the poem like I just wrote, and my friend saw it and he's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And then I was painting and I painted a portrait to go with it. My friend's like, "You should make that into a book." And I'm like, "Okay." And I did one after one after one, and that's pretty much how it happened.
Well, what were you thinking when you did this painting? I mean, who put in the, did somebody, do you love serial killers? Is it just something that
what inspired
what inspired it? I know people challenged you to do it, but what inspired the initial painting and everything?
I don't know. I just like horror, and I like to try different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it just happened.
What was the painting of?
Albert Fish.
Of Albert Fish? Wow.
Now, why Albert Fish?
I don't know. He's just creepy.
He is that. He is creepy. I actually have some footage of some prolific serial killers of our time. And I want to know if you all feel the same way that I do about what's behind the eyes or what's not behind the eyes. And we're going to look at that a little bit further. But tell us, I noticed that there were some things that were written in this book, like some poems and stuff like that. Now, some of these poems, were they written by people who are admirers of serial killers or by the serial killers themselves?
Half of them were written by me, and then the other half were written by a friend, because what I wanted to do is, how you're talking about their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get in their mind, and I didn't feel comfortable writing like a male writing for a female.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted their part put in. So.
Wow. This is so unique. What has the response been to this?
Positive. So. Oh, positive.
Very positive.
Yeah.
Because there's such a fascination with serial killers. We would not have all these crime shows if there was not a fascination with serial killers. I don't understand our fascination with this. Maybe the fact that people try to figure out what's behind the mind of these people, why they would even do something so horrific. And so they have, it's like watching, I don't know, the love of serial killers, the devotion that people give them, that the praise and all the attention is so weird. I really don't know what our psychology is behind why we are so fascinated by serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's people are fascinated with people that don't live by the same moral code that we all live by. They sort of live in this alternate state, and we may really dislike someone and fantasize about killing them, but they actually do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like they, living with them is like you're living with someone who is not bound by the rules that you're bound by.
But there has to be,
and some people admire that.
But there is a lack of sympathy when it comes to their victims. I mean, very seldom do you see them sympathize with their victims. Maybe there was only one who did that, who used to call the police and cry about what he did. And I can't remember that serial killer's name. They eventually did catch him. They called him the Weeping Killer because he would kill, he would kill women, and then he would cry about it and say, but he would never turn himself in. You have to understand that while you are doing that, even if we do fantasize about getting rid of somebody, there's still something that stops us from doing that, You know, we don't want the complication of doing that, or the stress of trying to hide a body, or whatever that is, you know. And I'm going to tell, not one person on this panel has never thought about just like, oh, I just wish that person was gone, you know. So it is interesting that these people go through with it, that they do it. But one of the things that we were talking about is what is behind the eyes of these killers. You know,
Nothing.
they're well, but
Well,
they're
obviously
also,
a big brain. They're very smart and
Well,
very detached emotionally. I don't even want to say unstable, but disassociated. But these men that you have on the screen are very smart, and they're able to charm and get people to such a way that they can kill them. You know, what's behind their eyes, I don't know. I'm more concerned about what's in their brains and how they think and how they were able to capture their victims time and time again.
well, there. One of the things that I noticed when I was looking at these pictures
Mhm.
is that there seems to be like a soullessness in their eyes, not a sad soullessness, not like they are soulless in an evil way, but there's something that is empty or dead, or I don't know.
It seems like not
They
present. Like
Yeah,
you
they're
look,
not present.
I look
Which,
at the. Good. I'm sorry.
well, I was going to say, which brings me to the other theory about serial killers, about them being actually possessed, demonically possessed.
Mm.
You know, a lot of them, sometimes when they do this, they black out, or they find some gratification eating flesh, uh, you know, doing some of the things that they do. So it's very interesting to see, you know, if they actually, and some have even claimed that they were possessed by a demon, you know. But the thing is that we try to psychology away, scientifically take it away. We never look at the spiritual thing that's going on with this individual, as opposed to how we can medicate that person. But there has been some talk about them being demonically possessed. For instance, if we talk about Richard Ramirez, for that matter, you know, this is a young man that used to sleep in graveyards.
yeah,
You
he
know,
definitely, you know, thought he was possessed.
yes,
Richard Ramirez.
yes. So you know, nobody has ever gone down that road, and if they have, I appeal to any of those individuals who have actually studied this to come on our show and talk about possibly demonic possession. You know, why because they act like beasts.
Tim, why do you
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on that? What do you think the motivations are for serial killers in your experience?
Um, Sometimes I feel it's like trauma they went through when they were young, or like abuse or anything like that. And then, because like me, it's still hard to understand how they can take somebody else's life and feel normal about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, like they don't think it's weird. Like, oh, I'm stabbing somebody and they're screaming. This isn't good, and like they like it. And also like attention too, because you know, like some scenes are like so badly put together. It's like they almost want to get caught, or they like seeing the news, like, "Oop, that's I did that." Oh, they're
Yeah, there's some gratification to what they do. You
mhm.
know, um, they they definitely they definitely do feel gratified, and they revel in the fact that they baffled police, or
Mm-hmm.
people have been discovered. There's also some of them go after people that are vulnerable. You know, like the Green River Killer, for instance. You know, going into, you know, perfectly, you know, peaceful families, and going in and just annihilating a family. You know, somebody who's totally caught off guard by somebody coming in their house and doing something they're doing. You know, it's really creepy.
I think they also like the thrill of, and I hate to say of the kill in a sense of like mingling. Like you look at their eyes, they don't seem present. You know, standing for pictures is like an annoyance. They, like something else is occupying their mind. But when they were in their element and stalking families or people, it was all about how do I get close to this person? What do I do? Do I take my time? Do I do it then? and they were more concerned about that than actually like killing somebody. Man, this is such a deep dive because I think it's like you said, Les, it's like something that stops the more ethical code that we all grew up with. It's like, yeah, I wish my boss would just XYZ because they're giving me so much slack, but you don't think about doing it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then if
Mhm.
somebody else do it, you're like, oh snap, that's wrong, but also how did it happen? You know.
So you're right about that, Apotheca. Put in trauma. Trauma kind of actually is an entryway
Mhm.
to allowing something evil to step in.
Hmm.
And so, the absence of innocence or putting people in situations where their mind is splintered causes that. Because if you think about it, there's one thing for somebody to be schizophrenic or depressed or have bipolarism. It's another thing to create a serial killer.
A lot of these people just don't feel connected to this world. They feel disconnected. They don't feel like they're here, or they don't there's no connection to you as a person, because to them, you're something else.
You're a victim or you're a target.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Why you're not? You said it perfectly. They are not connected to the world. What world are they connected to?
Mm.
Yeah. So it's a scary concept to think about that.
So Tim, are you how do you explain your creativity? Do you classify yourself as a writer or an artist or a combination, or is there some sort of identifier that you use to figure out how you're delivering this?
Well, it depends on what project I'm working on. So with this, I mostly did it myself, so I'll take both credits. But like I also have other projects where I have a writer in London, and like he'll write a book, and then I'm going to outsource an illustrator, so I'll just be the creator for that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it all just depends.
And how do you find people to collaborate with?
Facebook, like little groups, like writers groups or comic groups or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's great,
wow.
actually.
Yeah, that is.
Tim, I heard that you were also giving us free copies of your book. How soon can I expect mine?
Well, listen. How about this? How about you support his Kickstarter?
That's amazing.
Which is scrolling right now down below.
Okay.
If this is something that you want to see come to full fruition, you all please go and support. I plan on supporting because I can't wait to read this book. This is fascinating me. So, go to his Kickstarter, it's scrolling down there. And you can go find it, just go under a Poetic Guide to Serial Killers and you can locate it that way if for some reason you miss it in our broadcast. Unbelievable. I mean, I have to ask you, when getting into the mind of some of these people, were you even freaked out a little bit?
Oh, yeah, because like this book took years to make because like I started it and then life happened and I had to pause.
Mm-hmm.
But the past few months, I'm just like boom, 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 doing it and just seeing like all this death and thinking how they think. Like it kind of took a toll for a little bit, or
Mm-hmm.
I need like a day off here just to get away.
I have to tell you, in support of what you're just saying, now you've been living with this book for some time, but while I was pulling up pictures and looking at some of the stories about these characters, I immediately got creeped out, and it was during the daytime when I was putting this together, and it just kind of like, it creeped me out just thinking about it.
Yeah, wow. I've been reading a little bit that's on your Kickstarter right now, and it is creepy.
Yeah, let's pull up the Kickstarter and look at it for a little bit.
That picture of Dahmer, that's Dahmer, right? On the Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you actually have a video. Creepy. Let's show the video.
Ooh,
to our audience.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Let me see.
While she's doing that, what do your parents think about this?
Oh, they like it.
They like it. Oh, see. Not all parents are like mine and think that you're crazy.
Your parents are.
My parents are like, you are crazy.
Okay, but Auggie, Can we talk about how your willingness to go into deep caverns and no regard for safety whatsoever?
Okay, so what about it? I don't understand. Is there a question?
That's why they don't like you, because you would bring spirits back to them. And your mom would be like, "But I just mopped the floor, Auggie. Like, come on." Like,
So let's look at the video real quick, you all. Make sure. Maybe I hope I have the sound on here right.
Oh, our audience will understand. We'll figure it out.
Can you hear
we
it?
can hear it. Yep.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
Do you ever wonder what drives people mad? Take a step inside and find some of the world's most depraved minds. What pushes them to the brink of insanity? Read their story and fall into the depths of their unspeakable crimes. With a poetic guide to serial killers.
very nice.
Okay, y'all. I'm
Was
scared.
that Ralph? Was that Ralph's voice? I feel like that
I don't
was
know,
Ralph.
but I like it.
That was dope. Yes. I saw that. That was what I saw. And I was like, yep, I definitely want to get this.
Mhm.
Get this. Speaking of this video, wow. Did you create that yourself?
Yeah, through a website where I got like free commercial videos.
Oh,
So I
wow.
sent all those and put them together to make a story.
Well, I
Nice.
definitely have to say right now you are at looks like you're at 596 and your goal is 2,000 to do this. And I think we can make this happen.
Oh, we can
I think
make it
that we
happen.
can continue to promote this. He only did male serial killers in this one. Am I correct?
Oh no, there's both.
Oh, there's
Female
both. Okay.
and female.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think that this is awesome.
Good.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait. So
Eileen
let's
Warnos?
go and support. Let's support him on that. We are actually going to do some serial killers next week. If you all want to come back, we've got a little show talking about serial killers, the 10 most prolific female serial killers. I mean, it is Women's History Month, so we're going to talk about them.
That's
Yes.
right. And
I
Eileen
think they're even
Warnos is
scary.
in that.
Yeah, I think they're even scarier than males. So, because that's just totally coming out of left field when you talk about female serial killers. So with that being said, go and support. We have, like I said, the Kickstarter is running at the bottom of the page. He also has a Facebook page, which we'll put in post so that you can go and support. Just click on the link after our show and go and support so we can get him to his $2,000 goal.
Absolutely.
And Tim, is there anything you want to say before we go into our next segment? Because we're actually going to, I'm going to tell you to get into your car for this one because it's kind of creepy what we're going to be watching next. But is there anything that you want to tell the audience before we go into our next segment?
I just want to say thanks for anyone who supported or is going to support. And I don't know, don't actually kill people because that's bad.
Yeah, don't use this as a guide, folks. Please,
Yeah.
if that is your intention, this
Very
is
well
not the book for you. We want you to seek psychological help, please. That just, no, definitely not. This is just for entertainment purposes only, not, it's not how to prepare man. So, all right. So we're going to get to our segment that we do called What Did I Just See? I'm going to share a few footage with you. We're going to do probably about 10 or 15 minutes of this segment since we're running just a little bit over. But as you all know, my goal whenever I show this footage is to scare the heck out of all of you all and to convince you that this stuff is real. just to give you a little bit of prep work, I'm going to have Auggie talk about it a little bit, about what this is about. Can you tell Tim about this segment?
I have no idea what the segment's about. What are you asking me for?
It's a segment where we look at footage. Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. So Tim, everybody else is aware of this, but we are looking at footage that are not from the last year, though. It's right.
No, we're doing current footage right now.
It's just footage that really Les has found, because this is what she does in her spare time, which is totally creepy. That's another story. But she spends her time she spends her time looking at this creepy footage and finding the creepiest footage for us to look at here. And then we all rate the footage on whether we believe it is real or not real. And we give it a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah, but I always manage to find something very scary for them.
There has been some super scary ones. And we're beginning with Slapped Ham, which is one of the best sources for really good footage.
Yeah,
did you really go into your car?
Oh no, I'm walking.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
I don't blame you. Go ahead.
All right. All right. So let me do our segment real quick, and here we go.
Ooh, fancy.
What happened? My music is not there.
But it's neat looking. Ooh,
yes,
creepy
it is.
doll.
Oh, that's
creepy.
I'm
doll.
so done. Where's my music?
Creepy
Bring
hallway.
back Alec Baldwin. Okay.
Aliens.
All right. Well, we have to do scary music. Woo.
Creepy girl with creepy eyes. There you go.
Scary music. That sucks. It's so good. I've done it all day. Really? All right. So let's go with our first episode.
When in doubt, have Ralph laugh for us.
Yeah, really. We're gonna do Slap TM is our first footage this evening. I honestly cannot remember what this setup is for this particular one, but let's go ahead. It's queued up and ready to go, and let's just play it. And I'd like to thank Slap TM once again for all of their footage. They are so awesome. Please go like and subscribe them on YouTube. Click the bell so that you can get all their content. They do great compilation for those of us who love this kind of footage. And here we go.
Ooh,
Scary.
I don't trust his glasses.
What?
Oh, you're on mute.
mute.
Okay, there it is.
Ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
Slapped Ham.
Oh,
This bizarre piece of footage was uploaded to TikTok by JMaleo165. A worker at a hospital is filming the security feed with their phone, showing their co-workers that something truly odd is happening in the laundry room. Take a look.
What?
No way.
Send me the video when you.
Oh, I'm gonna.
But that's when the other one comes over.
yo.
It's like
Wow.
You want to see the front of it. That's how it's
Yeah.
funded so that he doesn't have to look at it no more. Whoever's in their room.
You think the ghost wants to wash his clothes?
The security footage is sped up, but as you can see, the washing machine starts moving, seemingly all on its own.
Nah.
Where is the tubes for the washing machine? Are they connected?
Send me the video when you.
Well, we're not seeing it. Hasn't been completely turned around. Let's see if I can pull it up all the way.
Are there any
You want
tubes?
to see the front of it. That's how it's
Yeah.
funded so that he doesn't have to look at it no more. Whoever's in their room.
Shortly after, the washers on the left start moving as well.
What?
You can see, come and look at the second one. There comes
Oh.
no.
Oh.
No.
No way.
Oh, that's the second one. Then the second one falls off.
That's a lot of energy to move this stuff.
Especially with little space.
Yeah.
Before long, yet more movement can be seen.
Look, here goes.
It happens. This does not happen.
The ghost.
What the hell?
Who's spinning it?
It's spinning.
It's spinning the cycle. It's got to be spinning.
It almost looks like the machines are being pushed by some unseen force.
Like that. Mine ain't bolted in my house. Mine don't come and walk around my living room. Look.
Oh!
It came out. How'd it come out like that? That was pushed out. I don't even know what it is. You can tell me whatever you want.
Me too. I can't wait.
Moving back and forth.
Oh, there are wires attached to it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Now, if y'all know
At
anything
one
about
point, the door
those,
at the rear of the room opens.
Oh, my phone's going off.
According to the uploader, this is an
Okay.
employee who heard a commotion in the laundry room. They then notified the security desk that something strange was happening.
There's a ghost here.
No way.
I'm showing the ghost in the back. Oh, did you ever see what happened last night?
wait a minute, who just tried to come in the
After
door?
this, you can even see one of the powder
That's the
drawers
employee
on one
trying
of
to
the
check in what's
machines
going on.
open all by itself.
They just start coming out and moving and going in circles and what you call it. Come and look. Yeah, but it's crazy. I
No,
never
this
saw anything
makes
like it in
no
my whole life.
Naturally, the comments section was set alight with theories. Some people thought perhaps it was actually a security feed from a cruise ship. At first, this could make sense. However, the paperwork on the desk in front of the monitor says it's a hospital.
But that's when the other one comes over.
A hospital? What hospital is this?
Another keen-eyed viewer
hospitals do
asked
have
why
washer
none
and
of the
dryers.
machines seem to
They
be
have to wash
plugged
the
in with
sheets and
hoses
stuff. They
or
sanitize
electrical
the sheets and
cords.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is a valid point, but it still
And
doesn't
hospitals are
explain
haunted.
how these super
Yeah.
heavy machines just pivot back and forth with ease.
That's creepy.
Another theory is that they are actually on and vibrating heavily, which could cause them to move around the room.
I don't
But
know
if they're
about
not
that.
plugged in, then this doesn't explain the movement either.
There's a ghost here.
They're plugged in though because you
Because
can see
this
that
footage
it's
was
stretching
filmed
the
at a
cord.
hospital, many
Yeah.
viewers thought it could be the work of a poltergeist, or perhaps the residual energy of those who have passed away in the hospital.
Mine don't come and walk around my living room. Look.
Look.
Look how that one just came out. How'd it come out like that?
So they're the theories, but where do you sit on this bizarre piece of footage? Drop your opinions in the comment section down below.
Look here, wait. Show me the, look here. Look at this. Look.
You see the cord back there, yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
So
At first, I thought maybe somebody was back there, but there's nobody back there.
There's no space.
I
we
know
No,
the
lost,
same
we
thing,
lost
yeah.
Tim. His phone died, so hopefully he'll join us back.
Run, Tim, run!
I think we scared him.
What about beginning of a horror movie?
but,
Tim's like,
but,
oh no.
but when I saw that footage, the first thing that I thought was that it was on something slippery and everything. But if you have to think about that equipment, those machines for say are over $1,000 worth of
Very
merchandise.
heavy.
They're very
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
And they're expensive. So the
I've
fact that
moved
they would
those
possibly
before.
yes. So I was like, oh my gosh, and those are brand new. So something was definitely pulling them.
And there was nothing behind it, right? There was nothing. There was no room for someone to be
Oh, there's no
behind
room
it.
back there.
Mm-mm.
And you can tell that it's still plugged in. That is the cord stretching.
Right. And we all know that hospitals are extremely haunted places. So I have to say that's a possible yes.
I think that was good. The only thing that came to mind was it looks like a stop motion animation.
Well, they sped it up. They actually sped it up. They said that they sped it up for us to watch because I'm
okay.
imagining that it was a slow turn, but
It was over time.
yeah, it was over time that they were watching it.
The people definitely sounded like New Yorkers.
Yeah, they did, right?
Yes.
I wonder what hospital it was.
Exactly.
I know. We know
Yeah.
some people that work in a hospital.
Yeah, we definitely do. Well, listen, I did see a ghost in a hospital once. I actually did. One day I could share that with you all while I was working late. I saw a ghost.
Wow.
So it does happen. They're
Roosevelt.
there, still there.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's look at this other footage right
I
now.
agree with Cadma.
Are
Roosevelt.
you blessing?
Yeah.
Are you
Let's
blessing?
look at this. This is some scary footage. Now this, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, here we go.
In 2015, a local resident in Chile was filming two street legal race cars speed down the road when they inadvertently caught something truly mysterious on camera. The footage was uploaded to the YouTube channel The Buzz for all to see.
Actually, this is not what I wanted us to watch. Hold on. But we can go ahead and watch it. Look.
What the-
Oh my God.
It's a sci-fi dog.
Again, slowed down as the cars zip by. A dog seems to materialize out of thin air.
The Matrix is
Even if
broken.
the dog was just standing on the road, how did it not get hit by the two speeding cars?
Right.
That's crazy town.
Mm-hmm.
Neither car hit the brakes or swerved, so it's as though the drivers didn't see the dog at all. Yet somehow it just appears and casually strolls across the rest of the road.
But then it disappears once it's across the road, too.
You can see it fading.
When this clip first hit YouTube, it quickly went viral, with comments claiming we're witnessing a teleporting pooch. Others joked that the dog just respawned on the spot. Whatever way you look at this footage, it's a mystery. A clip that seems to just get weirder and weirder the more times you watch it.
Totally creepy.
So what do you all think about
In
that?
February,
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Obviously.
I thought, is there a weird, maybe it's like a problem with his video? I don't know.
It's
But
a
why didn't
possibility,
why
at the
didn't
same
why didn't the
time-
other car why didn't the car swerve to not hit the dog if the dog actually did exist?
Because it was
Exactly.
edited. That video was edited. Okay.
So
They
there's
made-
a possibility that that video could have been edited, and so therefore that makes it suspect.
It's suspect. It's not a full
Definitely
final answer for
suspect.
sure, but it's definitely suspect.
The funny
Alright.
thing is that this isn't the only video with people just all of a sudden
Materialize
materialize
yes.
in the middle of the road.
Yep.
I
I've seen
remember
a
there
bunch
was
of
that
these.
one of a guy who sort of materialized out of a car. It's like
Yeah.
suddenly
Yes.
the
Oh,
car
this truck
sort of.
goes like this.
Yep.
You see the
Yeah.
guy just go.
They just walked away while everybody's like all baffled. He just walks away.
I
So
remember
yeah,
that.
it's very strange. All right, let's look at this footage right here. This is the footage that I actually wanted you to see. This is very interesting. It's one of those office space ones again, you all. People who still remain in the office even after they've gone. So let's watch this. Oh, I don't know what's going on with the sound.
now, and it seems
There
the
we go.
more time passes, the more eerie things seem to get.
Oh, wait.
Diego claims
wrong
that the
thing,
spirit
you
of a
all.
young girl
So
has
can
been
I- let
lurking
me
in
just
his
put this on
apartment
hold
for
for a
some
second.
time and seems to have a chilling
This actually is a continuation of a story that we were watching. So you all remember I showed you all some footage of a man who had like a little play tent, and that there was something in the play tent, and we thought that it was, augmented video. Do you all recall this?
I don't.
You
He had
know,
like a little play
I'm
tent,
scared.
and then there was something underneath the blanket. And when he went under there to look, the blanket deflated, and there was nothing there. He has a tent in his house, a little play tent in his house for his niece. So this is a continuation to his story. So let's watch that. My
Things
apologies
seem to
for
get.
the wrong prep.
Diego claims that
Prompt.
the spirit of a young girl has been lurking in his apartment for some time and seems to have a chilling fascination with his own daughter. Previously,
daughter.
we've shown clips of a
See, there
child's
it is.
playhouse inside Diego's apartment exhibiting something strange.
Remember we saw this? Watch. There was a blanket in there before.
Well, now, yet more
What?
freaky things
Oh,
being caught on camera
no.
inside the home. In this clip, Diego hears some banging coming from under his kitchen sink. Watch what happens.
Oh, that's not. Oh,
Whoa, no, stop.
Watching that again, something grabs the child's toy from the left. He searches the cabinets, but there's nothing there. In this next video, we get a glimpse of the alleged spirit that seems to be haunting the apartment. Take a look.
There was an
Clearly
eye
see an
behind
eye
there.
peering through the
I
console.
think I recall that. Yeah.
There it
Oh
is.
There's
yeah.
no one behind it. In this snippet, we can see that there does indeed appear to be a connection between the alleged ghost child and Diego's daughter.
¿Qué está haciendo ahorita? ¿Con quién está jugando? ¿De dónde sacó?
You ask her who you laughing when he said Maria. What? Wait a minute. We got to look that back. I'm sorry. We got to look
Burn
at
it.
that.
Burn everything.
We got to look
But
at
there's
that
no
again.
one behind it.
That's a good one.
In this snippet, we can see that there does indeed appear to be a connection between the alleged ghost child and Diego's daughter.
There were two
¿Qué
people
está haciendo
laughing.
ahorita? ¿Con quién está jugando? ¿De dónde sacó esa muñeca?
Whoa. I am totally creeped out now.
Finally, in this footage, things escalate further as we see Diego's daughter interacting directly with something unknown.
What? It's brushing her hair.
Amy.
It's that doll again.
Wait, she's asleep. She's asleep.
Amy. Amy.
Breaking this one down, it almost looks like Diego's daughter is in some kind of a trance after some strange hands seem to be brushing her hair.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Amy. Amy.
So what's going on here? Is this apartment really home to some kind of childlike entity? A lot of people think it's either a case of Diego being an exceptional video editor, or we're witnessing something truly mysterious, something that falls well within the realms of the paranormal. Given how much amazing footage Diego has on both his TikTok and Instagram, it's well worth going through his back catalogue. Then decide for yourself as to what's really going on here.
Mañana me
So what do y'all say?
It's video editing. Wah, wah.
I say burn it either way. You get me too sure.
Editing.
I agree. It's a big note for me.
It's a big note.
I would not be footed. Look, I'd be the heck up on out of that house, and everything that was associated with that creature is going to be thrown away. If y'all don't notice that 3 o'clock, nothing good ever happens from a 3 a.m. thing. You know, that's supposed to be the demonic hour. So, you know,
I've definitely stubbed my toe at 3 a.m.
Yes, I'm telling you,
definitely done that.
that's not good at all. I would be not. And the fact my child is affected by it, my child is interacting with it. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
If it is video editing, it's good video editing.
Yeah.
It is, but you know, he always has his video happen to be on him at exactly the right time. And then the angles are such that you just get a little glimpse. I don't know.
The editing must be really dope because some of those cut scenes I can't see where it's been cut.
Right.
And maybe he's gotten to the habit of walking around his house with his phone on now because he's documenting the hauntings itself. All right, let's do this last one because we are running into time. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do.
Make it a good one. You got to keep Mike up all night.
I see. Well, both of them are good. But let's go to Nuke's top 5, who's also one of my favorite. And let's do this one. Or do you all want to see both of them? It's up to you.
Let's do just one and then hold on.
Let's just do one
for next
all right.
week.
I think Mike is getting too scared.
I have to go to sleep. Okay.
All right. Let's do this one right here. Let's see. Oh, this one. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to set this one up. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch this one.
It's a demon and it's walking down the hall.
TikTok videos that he doesn't believe that ghosts are real, or at least that they aren't the lingering spirits of humans. Instead, he believes that all paranormal experiences are actually demonic in nature. Cody says that he has successfully helped troubled families struggling with demonic presences for years. So when a family member reaches out to Cody about the terrifying activity occurring in their office building, the concerned investigator doesn't hesitate to offer a helping hand. But what he encounters in this office building even takes him by surprise. Cody records as he explores the creepy empty office space at night. What happens next is downright chilling.
Okay, you guys, so this is the door that moves on its own, and that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, there's absolutely nothing.
Did y'all see that?
No, I was looking down.
Okay, you can't look down, you can't miss it. Hold on.
That's the chair that moves on.
To offer.
So this is the door that moves on its own, and that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, there's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. There was way more people than what's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just going to call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
Did you see it? Cody is completely unaware of what appears to be a small girl standing right behind him. When he walks into the room the figure appeared in, a door behind him slams shut. After reviewing his spooky footage, the investigator decides to return for another night. And it did not go well.
Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room.
What the?
What in the world is that? That is insane. I have never seen something like this. This is directly beside me in the next room. Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Okay. I'm going over. I have to see what this is.
Do it. Go over.
See, and look. Here is the motion detection for me in this room. There I am on the screen. There's no motion detect. Look, it's moving. And there's no motion detection right there. That is nuts. Look at that. Let's do it.
Do it.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
Did it say
Cody
leave?
is shocked when
Yeah, it
suddenly a
said
loud
leave.
voice yells, "Leave." So could it be that the office building is haunted by a demonic presence? Or could it all just be an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can check out more paranormal moments over on Cody Aaron's TikTok page and YouTube channel. Signs and signals.
So, what do
I
you all
left.
think?
I left. I purposely left and I came back. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, then burn the ashes and burn the burnt. Oh my God. Okay. Let me just say this. If that is great video editing, then that is great video editing. To a point where he
Yes.
used motion detectors. I mean, you could call great video editing. Aside from that, nah, I don't believe it.
Leave.
This is
And I
the
mean-
second. This is the second thing that we've watched where there was a ghost that did not want to leave the area, and
I
each
know.
one of them was creepy.
Anytime I see the little, it's like so played out. The little girl with the just out of the shower hair that's like straightened in front of her eyes, and she's kind of pale. I don't know. It's so played out.
I
Doesn't
don't
scare
think
me.
that was a little girl. It looked like she
It-
was
it-
sitting in a chair.
They said it was a little girl, but that didn't look like a
That
little
was not a little girl. That was a woman. That was not a little girl.
I don't know. It's like
You know,
how many
it
times have
sounded
we
like a
seen
woman.
this? How many times? It sounded like it had a hoarse throat. Whatever it was, it sounded like it had laryngitis.
The little girl looked like a man, not a child.
Well, I don't know if you all have ever
I am
heard.
with you, Apothic of Death. Like, it was creepy, but
It looked like a man.
It looked like. Listen, all I can say is that every time we've seen footage of actual full manifestation of a ghost, they're void of color, which is what we saw here. There's no color. The clothing has no color. Nothing has color. It's just like this, either in a sepia tone or it's black and white when we see them. So I think that this, I mean, it could be played out. It could be. And the one video that I did have, that I'll leave for next week. Definitely, we're going to have to talk about that one because that one is just one of those scenarios too that just like, but. Yeah, definitely. We'll show that. We'll wait for that video next week. But my point being is that it's still scary. It's effective. It's
oh, it's
effective.
effective. I thought it did a great job.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So next week here at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have a guest. Jamie Primack is going to be here. Jamie is an artist and a creator. It's very interesting because I like to get Jamie's perspective on, she lived some time in Japan while she was creating like anime. And I want to get her perspective on what's going on in Japan right now about the rock being open and the kitsune being out of the rock. So it'd be really interesting. So join us next week at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time. And it would be 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Am I correct? No. 4:30.
I'm gonna be like Nancy Pelosi at the State of the Union and be like,
I can't remember what time it is. Listen, I've been looking at time zones all day today. I just can't. Yeah, we have to ask her what she thinks about the rock. So with that being said, thank you all. Thank you so much, Written Riff, for being with us this evening. As always, Mike, thank you for being with us. Auggie, of course, thank you so much for helping us with coming up today. And we want to thank Tim Tyndall, who wasn't able to join us. We hope that Tim is okay. We're going to have to reach out to him because he did not dial back in. And I'm a little concerned because he's in a park by himself. And I told him to get in his car.
We killed him.
Yeah.
We
did not. I don't know. I thank you so much, Apothic of Death, for just hanging in there with us and being a supportive fan. You rock. And so with that being said, we will see you next week. And as we always say, everybody can say it with me. Stay spooky.
Happy Kwanzaa. Oh, okay.
You're a little bit too late.
You're late.
But stay spooky, everybody.
Stay spooky,
and
everybody.
stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week.
see you next week.